everybody. My name is Manulal and I want to welcome back everybody to my channel. And this is my second video related to the topic Canadian PR. And I would like to appreciate and thanks everyone for giving me a lot of comments and likes and subscription for my first video. I hope you will do it for the second video as well. And if you really would like to know more about the Canadian PR process and other things related to the Canada, please do subscribe my channel. I'm going to do many videos related to this particular topic. So in this video I'm going to explain about my landing experience, and also I'm glad to inform you that I'm officially landed in Canada like 2 weeks ago, and everything is going so well. I'm really enjoying the time over here. It's a beautiful place, especially I'm living in the place called Vancouver, where you will have the mildest, the most lowest coldest place in the Canada itself. So let's get started about the landing experience. So the first thing I will ask you to get prepared before even you are planning to travel. The first and foremost thing is to book a air ticket. And I recommend you to do it immediately once you decide to travel. Please do not delay it for a long time, because as you delay, the prices are getting much higher. And also there is many platforms that are available for like online platform like Expedia or Make My Trip, or also you can if you're really familiar with any travel agent, which is another way to get the book the ticket. And make sure you're familiar with the travel agent. Please do not get in a fraud situation or do not get cheated. Please be careful about that. And also when you book the ticket, you please do ensure that you clearly mentioning your food preference, if you're really vegetarian or vegan or something like that. And also check the baggage allowance. Normally your baggage allowance is 46 kg for your check-in baggage and 7 cabin baggage. And this 46 kilogram luggage should be equally divided into 2 bags of 23. Please do ensure that. I think most of the airlines do the same procedure, but it's always good to double check with them to ensure about it. So once the ticket is been booked, and the second thing what you can do is to get your currency changed itself. In your hometown itself. Please do not wait until you reach the airport. The first thing, that if you go to airport, you do not get the right rate and you do not get the proper rate which you're really looking for. And second thing, you are not really in the mindset to change your currency when you reach the airport. Maybe you only wanted to travel and fly to Canada. You are missing your family so much. I recommend or encourage you to do it a bit early in your hometown itself. Also, and there are many establishments that are available through which you can change your currency, like banks like SBI, or you can go to Thomas Cook's, through which I did myself. And that is about the currency exchange. And third thing, the place is going to be really cold, and actually now the climate is changing to the spring and summer, where you will find it's not really cold during the spring and the summer. But if you're especially arriving from like November to March, I recommend you to take maybe good pair of some jackets. Even buy some jacket which can resist the rain as well. Here you will see people are hardly carrying umbrella, especially during its heavy windy time. It's hard to carry the umbrella, so they all wear the raincoats, and which can resist you from the rain and cold both. So buy some jacket of those kind. And also it's good to carry some pair of gloves or boots with you, which I think it will help you a lot. Through my experience, I think particularly it's really required if you are arriving from November to March. And last thing, get your accommodation booked earlier. And if you have friends or relative in the Canada, please contact them earlier, get it booked earlier. And so that you can get a good impression. You can search for various options and you can select for up to your convenient. And if you have nobody in Canada, you can maybe the first week of your stay, maybe you can book in some moderate level hotels. And once you land here, you can go around and find accommodation. I think it's not really hard to find accommodation, and most of the cases you can find it a bit earlier. So that's all about the preparation. And let's move to my flight experience. So when you come to my flight experience, basically I had two careers. One is Jet Airways, which will take me from Cochin to Mumbai and then Mumbai to London. And another carrier was the Air Canada, which is from London to Vancouver. Altogether, it was 31 hours flight, and they had given me a baggage allowance of 46 plus 7 cabin luggage. And my flight was from 3rd March, so it was for 3rd March 8:30 p.m. So from Cochin. So I have arrived at airport by 6:30 p.m. Then I realized that my flight is cancelled. Okay, the first flight has been cancelled, and there was no information prior to that, and I got really worried and anxious. But somehow these Jeterways people are very professional, and they understand. I had another 2 flights to catch. They give me priority, and they booked me a ticket on Air India on exact same time. And then I have arrived at Mumbai airport around 10:30. Then I have another 3 hours before I take the next flight. So just roam around the Mumbai airport. Then later I went through the normal the check-in procedures, like baggage. Again, I had to collect my luggage because it's a different carrier, because Air India and Jeterways. So they issued the ticket from Mumbai to London and London to Vancouver. They given me both the tickets, and always it's good to double check your ticket. Ensure your name is everything is being correct, and they also mentioned the gate where you need to go, and the terminal and the gate as well. So then I went through the normal flight procedure like immigration and customs and onboarding done. And it was a beautiful flight of Jeterways, and it had enough leg room, and it was spacious enough to travel. And I had to travel 8 hours, and during the flight timing they served food and drinks time to time, and they ensure that you never stayed hungry at any point of time. And I have arrived on London airport at the early morning 7 o'clock. And again, I had more time in the airport, like 4 to 5 hours before I take the next flight. So I roam around the London airport just to explore the place a little bit. And in the meantime, I felt hungry, and I had some sandwich and coffee. And there it was not really expensive, like £1 or something for sandwich or coffee, something like that. Then I took by 1:35 in the afternoon, I took the Air Canada flight. And again, it was a beautiful flight, and amazing people, good service, and they also ensured that time to time serve the food and drinks. And overall, it was a great time in the flight. And I have officially landed in 5:30 p.m. in the Vancouver. In this point, I wanted to recommend you to take a connecting flight if you're coming to Canada, because if you take one straight flight, it can make you exhausted. It will make you tired. I think so, because most of the people I heard from that, they all shared one thing in common, that they got tired if they took the long one straight flight. Rather, for me, in my case, I was okay. Basically, I wasn't tired. I wasn't felt so sleepy. Even I flew over like 31 hours. So I recommend you to take a connecting flight. Also carry some travel pillows, earplug. It will help you a lot during the flying hours. Yeah, that's all about my flying experience. And let's move to the real landing experience. Thank you. So when you come to my real landing experience, so I told you before that I have arrived at Vancouver Airport in Canada by 5:30 p.m. So all you need to do is, like any other airport, follow the other all passengers. They request all other passport. One is Canadian and all other passports. So I went through the section of all other passport. Then you will find the kiosk. The self-service digital screens are available there. So here you're gonna make the custom declaration. You're gonna get the custom declaration form. First, you need to scan your passport over there, so they will identify yourself. And later they will inquire you need to answer certain questions, like how much money you're carrying with you, is there any equipments are with you, or do you take anything directly from the farm. Are a few questions more, and you need to answer them all. And the mission going to take your picture as well, and finally you end up getting a printed declaration, the custom declaration form. So if you are any point of time, if you get confused with the screen, you can ask. Many officers are available, many of the people are around, you can always ask help from them. Once you get this form, you move to the customs officer, again there will be a queue, and you reach the custom officer and you can explain them like you are arriving in Canada after getting your PR, the first landing after getting the PR, and he will go through, I mean he normally goes through the form, and he went through my form as well. Then again I directed to other area, and one of the officer was standing there, and he and asked me to collect my luggage, on the conveyor belt, it was just roaming around. Then I took them, and he asked me to go to the new immigrants area. So once you reach the new immigrant area, probably you will find many of the people, I mean the immigrants, like you were sitting there. In my case there was almost 20-30 people are ahead of me. It wasn't too much, I mean it wasn't too big queue, but there was like 20-30 people was ahead of me. It took almost 40 minutes to reach an officer. Once I reach them, I submit my COPR and the passport, and same time the lady who were the officer, and she asked me a few questions like have any point of my life got any criminal case against me, or have I been deported from any other cities or any other countries, some questions related to the safety side, and I answered them all. And later, once she collected my COPR and passport, she asked me to sit down for a while. After a few minutes she called me back, and she asked me to sign in the COPR, and she inquired about my stay, where I'm staying, is there anybody I have relatives, somebody in Canada, some few questions. Even she didn't ask me how much money I was carrying with, and nothing related to proof of fund, nothing more than that. After that, after the few questions, and she told me that I officially became permanent resident of Canada, she handed over me to one of the COPR copy. There were two copies. One she took it, and the other one handed over to me, and there I had signed, and also they stamped the arrival date as well. Once it's all been done, I just left the airport, and I collected my luggage and left the airport, took a taxi and went to the room. That's it. The formalities were super smooth and super easy. At any point I didn't feel anxiety or worried, or because it was super smooth and easy. So we all imagine the situation very worstly. That's why you get scared when you come to airport. But I need to tell you that most of the wherever you go in the Canada, I think the immigration section, I mean immigration side is so easy, and I don't think it will make you exhausted. So please do not get worried. Carry your COPR, passport, and proof of fund document. That's all you required, I believe. There is nothing more than that. In my case, they didn't even inquire about the proof of funds. So that was my real landing experience, and I hope the video was helpful. And please do comment them if you have any doubt related to this topic. And also I encourage you to subscribe to my channel, and I think in the future I'm going to make many videos related to topic, and I think it's going to help you a lot. And please do, and one of the point I want to suggest is that please do provide the PR address properly, because this is a mail. In this mail address your PR card going to arrive, so please do write them very clearly. And in case you don't have a proper address, you can always you can adjust them, or you can write them in the website. You can correct them in the website as well. So there's nothing you need to worry. Thank you guys, and I will come up with another video. Take care. Meantime, take care. Bye bye.